Hi all. Okay, welcome back. Enemy Action Kharkov, German Solo, part 41. So about to get into the serious stuff of turn 4, the command phase. Unfortunately starting with a Soviet impulse. However, I've just realised we haven't even seen our hand yet. And I've not looked at it either. So let's find a space here. Yeah, I can see I'm probably going to have to adjust things tomorrow sometime, maybe move it up a little bit. I suppose it does worry me that a lot of the stuff I'm interested in is going to happen up there, but we'll see. Right, let's have a look at our hand. I'll lay out the cards and see what we've got. I'll tell you what, that's the order I laid the cards out, and this was the last one because, like I say, I get the feeling I want to deploy Army Group South, though. Deploy our reserves in any 2 corps. Ooh. That's quite nice, isn't it? I think I could see myself using that to deploy. Because remember, we've got 4 different corps to deploy. Third corps, I'll not adjust the camera. 1, 2, 3, 4. Third corps got 5 units. 48 corps and 57 corps have got 3 units. And second SS have got 2 units. I mean, that would allow me to deploy 2 of the corps. The thing with that, I think if I get the chance, I'll probably deploy third corps right away. And then, well, the only one we've not got there is second SS, so my guess is, that I would like to get them in quite quick as well, admittedly. Well, all this could be to nothing if the Soviets start with Popov. I don't think I mind if they start with our tank, to be honest. I might regret that, saying that, and find that that's maybe not such a good thing. But certainly, if Popov activate, well, you know what? Something I didn't talk about was, and I was looking back on some of my footage and talking about maybe trying to get the Rouse units up into here, or possibly they could move up into here. The garrisons. One of garrisons affect strategic movement. Right, well, we'll find out shortly. And then I also thought, well, wait now, we don't really want Kharkov getting surrounded, so we want things round about as well, I think. And I was watching the last playthrough, whichever one it was, 39, I think. This is 41 now, yeah. And thinking, oh yeah, we could do a really getting. I think this would be better maybe with the Rouse units rather than this hex, but I don't know, because maybe then something could still come around down this road and in here, to surround. So anyway, we want some support for Kharkov. It's all very well saying it's got 10 strength and 6 steps in it. I think we need stuff round about it as well. Okay, I can't put any more in the hex anyway. So, but let's support it round about so that, well, priority, we don't let it get surrounded, and then secondary to that, we fill up some of the hexes with units so that the Soviets can't get round about it. Because the more they can get round about it, the more strength they're going to have against us. So yeah, but again, if Popov activate, I think we're probably in trouble. I'm pretty sure Kharkov's going to be surrounded. Well, actually, the fact that we've still, like I say, if Popov activate, I think this unit goes in here. It has to stop, and I think that's really good. I'm going to enjoy the fact that that's going to stop him there. And I think the rest, mind you, he would then be able to move freely across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go, surrounded. Yeah, we don't want Popov activating. Okay, so, well, that's our cards, and it is a Soviet Impulse, so there's nothing we can really do. But it's a good bunch of cards, actually. I mean, this is awesome. So, I mean, I think the fact we've got 4 different cores of reserves, and that could deploy 2 of them. So that's basically using that card where we could be using 2 cards, or just using 1. And it lets us pick what. I mean, if I pick, I'm clearly going to pick the second SS for one of them if I use it to deploy. My guess could be that if I get the chance, I play that card on my first impulse and deploy second SS and third core units. That's what I'm thinking off the top of my head there. There we go. But let's see if the Soviets are going to spoil the party. That's why, to be honest, I was thinking, no, I don't have the time to come and sit and play. I don't think I'm going to get too much in. I just want to draw the first 2 cards of the Soviet deck just to see. Hopefully I'll finish the impulse out. But yeah, I don't think I'm not going to be here too long tonight. I never got. Yeah, it's when I kind of got dragged down a bit with the garrisons last night. But now we're past that bit and we don't need to worry. And to be honest, it wasn't that bad. And now, next turn. The beginning of the next turn when I go to do it, I'll feel more comfortable with it now. It was just doing it that first time. Right, okay. Right, let's go over the other side and see what these 2 cards are going to be. Okay, here we go. Right, be gentle to me. What do I want? I want First Guards and 40th Army. That's too greedy, isn't it? Or 6th Army. First Guards and 6th Army. Oh, I'll take 3rd tank. Just not a Popov, right? If I have to take one of them. Right, here we go. First Guards Army. That'll do. Come on, be nice. Oh. What did I say first? Well, I said First Guards Army and 40th Army, didn't I? Oh, right, okay. That's amazing. Okay. Right, no primary cards. And remember, guys, you know, you trust me by now, don't you? Surely you trust me. So no primary cards. So that's got a command value of 3. This got a command value of 1. That's how they're going to set up. That's really good. That's going to let us. I mean, admittedly, we still need another impulse with no pop-off activation probably to move units into place, but. Did I have... No, I didn't have a core rouse card, did I? Yeah, but I can't do both things. To be honest, I want to deploy some units in Lazovia to protect that victory point. I think that seems sensible. Deploying third... Yeah, we'll get to that. Okay. So is there an event? Yeah, command delay. 1 to 5 event, command delay. Yeah, so that's going to shuffle in, isn't it? So that means we're going to have the First Guards Army on their own with no auxiliary card. Just double checking that. Command delay. If this card is a current auxiliary card and there are 4 more cards in the Soviet draw pile, there is. Return this card to the draw pile and shuffle. Does not apply if not an auxiliary card or less than 4 cards in it. So turn 1 to 5, yeah, we're on turn 4. Yeah, that's going to shuffle in. So let's hope we shuffle that pop-off card off the top. Down the bottom somewhere. Right, I'll give this a shuffle and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, that's it reshuffled. And no shenanigans. It was a true shuffle. Okay, special Hitler distracts. Well, that's turn 6, so I don't like to think what that is. And then from turn 6, he would assign a replacement point. We're on turn 4, so it's still just going to activate all units in the First Guards Army. So let's shift things about a bit. They do have one reserve unit. Okay, so they do have 1 reserve unit, like I said. This guy's a pop-off unit, isn't he? Yeah, okay. So that's not a problem. And that's their army objective, okay. And obviously it's not moved, and yeah, I'm not going around the back. There's one reserve. Okay, and they follow their army 9.26. And that, can I do that? Can I look at that in the play rate maybe? 9.26, yeah. We'll give it a try. I think I've got it in my head a little bit better now. So take VP hex, which is same as the front objective method 1. So no, there's no VP hexes to take. They are adjacent to Kramatorsk, but we've got units in there. So that's that. So, and then method 2 is adjacent to German unit, which is method 8. So move to unoccupied hex adjacent to German unit and not adjacent to Soviet unit, adjacent to the same German unit. And there is a possibility if they're starting satisfying that, they will walk in. This would be, oh, they're all in descending order anyway, these are. Is it just the 4 units? Yes. And the one in reserves. Which, you know what, I'll bring him across just now. You can always just go back if nothing happens. And to be honest, we need to activate our units, which we're going to try hard and do this turn. Well, almost. Oh well, I did miss it from the start, I suppose. I've already looked through movement method 1 and we didn't do it. Anyway, okay, in descending order. Right, well, I think unit 11 is satisfying that method, isn't it? It is in an empty hex. It's in an unoccupied hex adjacent to a German unit and not adjacent to a Soviet unit, adjacent to the same German unit. Yeah. So he is. He's not. There's nobody adjacent that's adjacent to that same German unit. So he is starting in the hex satisfying this method. So he's not going to move by any method, except he's going to look at 9.25. 9.25. Cause surround. Well, no, we can't get in this hex because there's no gap there to come in. And well, this guy's already surrounded, or in actual fact, he might have been able to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Yeah, I never thought about like moving into a place that was probably going to get me surrounded as well. Okay, but this unit's already surrounded, as you can see. Insolent support, right, doesn't apply yet either. Not adjacent to a Soviet unit. Yeah, supply's not. Sorry, support doesn't kick in yet, does it? We've not seen anything of it. So I remember when I was playing the Soviet Soul, I made the mistake with it, and didn't quite understand it. Where was support? So it's a beginning of game turn 5. Soviet support. A hex must be in Soviet support in order for Soviet units in the hex to operate at full effectiveness. Okay, so it's not game turn 4. Well, that's where we're on, game turn 4. That's what I mean. Right, where were you then? Yeah, almost. Yeah, we're trying to move adjacent to Germ. Yeah, so he's going to walk. We're 9.25 grand. Yeah, constant and support. Right, not adjacent to. Sorry, let's read it properly. Not occupied by or adjacent to a Soviet unit, adjacent to the same German unit. Well, we got. Where's our wee cubes that we like to put out, Grant? So He could stay where he is, 9.25. He could go out and into there. He can't get in there. Can't get in there. No, he can't get in there. Yeah, so there's his two options. So both of them are going to be occupied by or adjacent. Yeah, okay. And then empty hex, both of them are empty hexes. And then not occupied by active unit or not. So it's tiebreakers, closest to unit's objective mark. Yeah, he's staying where he is, isn't it? Because that's the closest hex for him. So he is going to lock in there and not move by any of the other methods. Unit 10 would be next. He's not satisfying the method, although he can be. Yeah, and it does make some sense, because it would be flanking this guy. He could go out and into there, couldn't he? But then he's just going to 9.25. I want to say he's going to 9.25 back to the hex he's in, I think. Right, let's look at move to unoccupied hex adjacent to German unit, not adjacent to Soviet unit, adjacent to the same German unit. So yeah, he can move. He can move into here, I think. So 1, 2 breaking zone and control 3, and it now means because where he's sitting, he's not satisfying the method. He's adjacent to a German unit. He's adjacent to a Soviet unit, adjacent to the same German unit. So if he does do 1, 2, 3, that satisfies the movement method, but then he still has to consider 9.25, and in actual fact, right, well, why are you putting the cube there, Grant? That, he should still be here, shouldn't he? Yeah, looking at unit 10, so we know that he can move to there, but then that's fine. We know he's going to move to there, but we need to 9.25, so he could actually go to there, or potentially there. That's moving near his objective as well. Well, hang on though. No. I think he is still going to move to here. I still feel it's just a weird sort of uncomfortable feeling about the 9.25 stuff. I don't know why. I think I got bits like this in Enemy Action Ardennes as well, where you just sort of looked and you thought, what's going on? This feels a bit weird. Right, so 9.25 there. We can't surround. No. But we can move to a hex that is not occupied by or adjacent to a Soviet unit, adjacent to the same German unit. Now, this would be occupied by a Soviet unit adjacent to the same German unit. So would this... no, it wouldn't. I'm talking about moving the unit, Grant. This is the unit we're moving. I think that's why maybe we should have moved it. Yeah, sorry. If he went there, he'd be occupied by a Soviet unit adjacent to the same German unit. If he stayed where he was, he'd be adjacent to a Soviet unit adjacent to the same German unit. If he moved here, he'd be neither. So that's where he's going to go. As long as there's no restrictions broken. Oh, we're kicking in some new restrictions now, aren't we? That's a good point. Let's put, well, he was there. I mean, you can see there's not a gap there anyway, but let's just look at these. So there's two of them. Restriction B is do not cause German unit to become proximate to or from turn 4 onwards, German supply traceable to unoccupied Soviet town city hex unless situation already exists. So, well, we didn't move Unit 11. Yeah, we're not doing that, but it's now not just about being proximate, it's just about opening up supply to these. You know, if I make a little gap that says supplies now traceable to Slavansk. And the other one is restriction D, which is do not cause any Soviet unit to become unable to trace supply unless move ends in a German VP hex. Okay, so they're the two new ones, so a bit more to keep an eye on there. Right, so that's Unit 10. Okay. So Unit 3 is next. Oh, take that away. Unit 3 is next. Well, movement method 8. Don't think he's going to be able to achieve this, is he? Moving adjacent to a German unit that no other Soviet unit is already adjacent. No. Right, hang on. No, because I think I looked at this. Well, enough. I think this is one. Move to unoccupied hex adjacent to German unit. I want to look at this in the rulebook. This one. Yeah, that was my first serious attempt at just following the player aid, but still, just sometimes they prefer doing it that way. Move to an unoccupied hex as adjacent to a German unit and not adjacent to a Soviet unit, adjacent to that same German unit. This is the one I was just reading. Is this the one Michael just made the comment on? Michael's obviously trying to keep up with my videos, but he's a good bit back, as I am with yours, Michael. I've had too much to look at and do myself. To be honest, you're doing a better job of looking at mine than I'm looking at yours. It's just how it's been. I will get around to it. And what I'm looking at here, I think this is the same one. This unit is adjacent to this German unit, right? But he's not adjacent to a Soviet unit, it's adjacent to that German unit. So you might think that he's alright, but I think when you read it properly, move to an unoccupied hex that is adjacent to a German unit and not adjacent to a Soviet unit, adjacent to that same German unit. So he is breaking that restriction, because although he's adjacent to that German unit and there's nobody else adjacent to him adjacent to it, he's adjacent to this German unit as well, and this Soviet unit's adjacent. I'm pretty sure that's the one that was right. But you can see how you could maybe just sort of look at that and wonder, but I'm pretty sure that's right. It's came up for me a couple of times, and I think that was the one. I think that was the one you just mentioned, Michael. Because I think Michael was wondering about it himself or something. Okay. No, it was I was wondering about it, actually. I think what Michael done was he tried to move a unit and it wasn't unoccupied, and then he realised at the end, he says, oh wait, no, it's got to be an unoccupied hex. I think that's what it was. Right, so if we can't do that with Unit 3, we're not going to be able to do it with Unit 2 either. No. I mean, Unit 2's not got a case at all, because he's adjacent to this with that. Whereas, you can see a sort of... You could see a slight argument for it, but if you read it, I think it does make it clear. Right, so is that us moving on to movement method 3, yeah? Closer to German unit and army objective. Move to our German unit closest to active army objective. Well, yeah, unit 3 is adjacent to the unit. That's our target, the target that's in there. So he's already adjacent. If starting adjacent to German unit closest to objective, don't move by any method except 9.25. So he's going to do the same. Right. Okay, we've got 3 German units for adjacent here. Man, there's not enough of places you can go, but this is a multiple German unit 9.25 look. So, And the movement method we're doing, does it have a specific target, German unit? I think it does, this one. So that's what we need to look at. Closer to German unit and army objective. Move toward German unit closest to active army objective. Right, yes. So we're not going to look at 9.25 round this unit or this unit. We're going to look at 9.25 round that unit only, because he is the target. Right, please tell me if I've got that wrong, then I'm going to just scrap the game and move on to something else. Yeah, because he is definitely the target. Move toward German unit closest to active army objective. Yeah, okay. And there's no other hits we can get adjacent to him, so he's locked in. That's it. He can't adjust. Now he's not going to consider adjusting around this unit or this unit, because that is his target. Please tell me I've got that right. Because if I've not, then okay. Right, and then Unit 2, right, Unit 2's, obviously that's his target as well, right? He wants to move his, well, he's going to move in, isn't he? Yeah, because like I've just said, this isn't a 9.25 consideration, or this isn't either. That's only 9.25. So now I'm starting to worry and hope that I have got that right. Let's see it doesn't word it any different in the rulebook, I don't think. 9.26. That's a bit lengthier, right enough. Locate Move method 3, closer to German unit and army objective. Locate the German unit in or closest to the active army objective marker hex. Among German units closest to the objective, prefer the unit. Yeah, if there's more than one, but there's not. He's right in the hex, right? In fact, there's more than one unit. There's two of them in there. So I suppose they're both the target. But they're both in the same hex, so that's kind of irrelevant. Yeah, I'm good with that. So he can get one hex closer by moving into the same hex as Unit 3, can't he? Yeah, German unit. Move as close as possible to that German unit. Enter a hex adjacent to that unit, if able. Right. So he's going to do 1, 2 breaking zone and control, and he's going to go 3 into there. And he was leaving this hex behind. And now, like I say, assuming I've got all this right, he's then going to check 9.25. However, he's only going to check 9.25 round this. And the only hex that he can reach is the hex that he's in. And yeah, sorry, he has moved to there though, so that'll stay that way. He's not broke any restrictions. Or has he? That's why he can't move. He's going to be surroundable. Well, hang on. Right, restrictions. I don't think they care about that, do they? Cause a surrounded German unit to become no longer surrounded. Right, he's not done that. Cause one or more German units to become proximate to or supply traceable to. He's not done that. Cause a map edge VPX to become vacant. No. And from turn 4, cause a Soviet unit to become unable to trace supply. This includes the moving unit. Well, no, he's not. He can still trace supply. The thing is, he's opening himself up for me to surround him. I can go out and in. I don't think that's a consideration. No. God, you've not been that long away for the game, Grant. You know that whole... that whole day yesterday where I didn't do an awful lot and feel like I'm all rusty now and not sure what I'm doing. Yeah, we must have been in a position like this before where they've ignored. I mean, it's not called dangerous around in this game, is it? It's called nearly surrounded. Well, he is now nearly surrounded because I can move 1, 2, and 3 into there and surround them. But there's nothing to. Like I say, 9.25 can't adjust them anywhere else. Assuming I've got this right, and that's his target. Yeah, okay. Right, I'm going to go with that then. Okay, so that's all the units moved. So attack checks then. That's on that one. Conduct attack checks and attacks. One at a time in ascending order. So unit 2 here. So we've got 2 and 3. And they're both 2-step units. So that's 8 strength. Now, depending on... Yeah, we need to find out who the... Well, whoever we attack, this unit can get placed on top of that. It needs to be able to trace... it needs to be able to trace reserve supply, and that's fine. Where's that bit? That's in the combat, isn't it? Yeah. Adjacent to hex under attack, and Soviet reserve supply. Yeah, everything else is fine. So that reserve could be placed right in that hex, and that would allow him to attack here, here, or here. So it's just so I know I've got 11 strength. So that would be 11 against 4, plus 1 for the IP, plus 1 for the adjacency. That's 11 against 6. This would be 11 against 6, plus 1 for adjacency. That's 11 against 7. So this one's still winning. And this would be 11 against 3, plus 1 is 4, plus 1 for adjacency is 5. So that's 11 against 5. Ooh, right, okay. That's going to be 2 to 1. However, there's no support card. Sorry, no auxiliary card. Card values are 3. Right, okay. Well, we can check that. So 11 against 3 plus 1 plus 1. Yeah. 5. 11 against 5. So it's 2 to 1. So it's not a definite attack, but it is 2 to 1. So let's check this. Card values are 3. It's 2 to 1, so that bumps it up to 5. No artillery barrage. Oh, yeah. Don't even look at that, Grant. It's turns 1 and 2. That's it. Attack is and support. Yes. If only Soviet units have armor, no. It's only the German. Actually, that's maybe infantry. That is it? No, that is infantry. Ooh. But they're all infantry anyway. So, okay. So we're still sitting at 5. If any attacking units are surrounded, no. No. If flanking will apply, I don't think it will, because we can't deploy this unit in here, can we? No, it could only go here or here. So flanking wouldn't apply. No. If target is VP hex greater than or equal to 2, well, no, it's this guy's attacking, isn't it? That is a 2, but it's not that one he's attacking. So if all combat attacks is all card apply, no. If less than 4 cards, no. So it's sitting at 5, so it's not going to go. So that was unit 2 checking here. So in actual fact, unit 3 can check is this going to make any difference? It's going to be the same, isn't it? Because this is going to be a higher, well, it's going to be 11 against, what did I say? This guy's got 6. Yeah, and that takes it out of 2-1 range. Yeah, there's no point doing that, is there? Is there? Oh no, wait, Grant. What about this guy? You never took that into account, you divvy. Okay, so that was 11 against 5 there, wasn't it? So what would that have been? 11, and we've got flank on this guy as well. So that'd be 13 against 6. Well, you know what? Well, yeah, you do need to work it out though still. It's just I was going to say, if Unit 2 does this check and Unit 3 can still do that check, and rather than check these odds, what did I say? 11 against 5 or 13 against 6? Yeah, right, I'll be right back. Well, we definitely needed to look that one up. So 11 against 5 is 2.2 to 1. And, sorry, yeah, 11 against 5 is 2.2 to 1. 13 against 6 is 2.16 to 1. There you go. Or 2.17, maybe rounded up. But it's not 2.2. So, yeah, but like I say, we're still going to do this check here anyway. So this was... So we done the check here with Unit 2. Here's a 2-step unit. Yeah, that was fine. And we checked the reserve. It didn't work. We can now do the check with Unit 3 on this guy using the same strength. 11. Well, using this as well. So 13 against 4 plus 1 for the IP plus 1 for the thing. So 13 against 6. And like I say, it's 2.166. Whatever. Anyway, it's over 2 to 1, and they've got flank this time, but no armour. My thinking is they might end up with a 6 this time rather than a 5. But so cards are 3. We've got 2 to 1. It's up to a 5. So artillery support. Oh, did I add support the last time? Oh, maybe this will work. I felt like I skipped by support. If I did, then that might happen this time. Well, let me go back to the first one then. It was 5. Yeah, because it would have been 6. Yeah, I think this is going to work because I've got flank. So it would have ended up 6 the first check because I forgot I missed support. And that's all they would have had. So this time we're up to 6 with support. If only Soviet units have armour, no, that's not the case. If any attacking units are surrounded, no. If flanking will apply, and it will. So that's a +1. This is a go. Alright, okay. I wasn't expecting this then. I'm up for this fight. I'm up for this. Ooh, am I? What kind of combat tactics have we got? Reinforced battle. Yeah, and it's on the 40 core card actually. Reinforced battle, air power, artillery, or pull out. Reinforced battle is quite interesting actually, because I could bring in 2 of these infantry units into there. And like I said to you, I didn't read the restriction. I wonder if that's in the Soviet solo then. When you reinforce the battle, that you can only have the same amount of strength. I thought it was in both Ardennes games, but that might be wrong. Yeah, it is in the Soviet solos. I think that was maybe the same in Ardennes. Just reading the Soviet solo rules here. Soviet combat tactic reinforced battle. A reinforcing defending unit stat moves into the hex with the defending units. A a base stacking limits. When defending, the total strength of the reinforcing units can't exceed the strength of the defending units. And yeah, I think this is the same. It was like that in Ardennes as well. One of the solo games allowed it and one of them restricted it. There must be a reason for that. But my understanding is we don't have that in this game. So let me just double check. German combat tactics, reinforced battle. It just says a reinforcing defending unit stat moves into the hex of the defending units obey stacking limits. So unless I missed something off the end of that, we don't need to abide by the fact that we can only bring 4 strength in there. So we can bring 6 strength. Or, well, there's no point bringing the armour units. I might as well just bring the 2 infantry because we've got armour anyway. That's assuming you're going to play this, Grant, but, well, let's see. So combat's going to go ahead. So these guys are going to turn round the right way and get involved. And he's going to go in there. Right, now we've got the reserved place. Well, actually, I suppose we should do it the right way. So we've got 8, 10 to 4. We're not looking situational anymore. 10 to 4 is 2 to 1. And chip pools, just 3 units with 2 steps. So 3 chip pools. No combat tactics built in anywhere or anything like that. No. Right, let's add this reserve. So I think he can go in any of the 3 hexes. Yeah, he can. Adjacent, reserve supply. Yeah, he's fine. And the non-reserve unit in active front is in or proximate to hex. Right, so prefer support causing surrounding the target. No, not across the Dnieper. Causing target to be flanked. Well, no, he's already flanked. Unoccupied hex. Yeah, there we go. So he's going to come in the empty hex. Add another 3 strengths, so that's 4, 8, 11, 13 to 4. Up in the odds, the 3 to 1 with another chip pool. Right, and now this could be to see. Ooh. Hope it doesn't draw intelligence then. That's the one that can't play combat tactics, isn't it? Right, draw Soviet card and apply. It's not overwhelming. No, it's nowhere near that. So let's draw a combat tactic. Oh, I'll tell you what that is. That is mobile group pop-off. That's what that is. Air power and partisans. Right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm happy to see that going. I mean, okay, it could be. It's not partisans. Isn't going to. No, it's good. It's okay. Air power and partisans. Well, adds 2 chip pools, but the partisans doesn't do anything because it's in a clear hex. That's up to 6. 3 to 1 odds. It's not even up the odds. 6 chip pools. How lucky do we feel? I mean, I kind of want. Well, I mean, I was probably going to be trying to do something aggressive with these guys anyway. And interestingly, the reinforced battle card is for the 40 core. That's what it's on. It's on the 40 core. It's just the supplemental card. It would allow 2 replacement points, but we've nothing to replace for them as well. So, and we've nothing to deploy. It feels like the perfect kind of card to play here. I mean, 3 to 1 odds isn't that scary. We've got armour. They have us flanked. We've got an IP. We've got armour. We've got a unit adjacent. Do I really need to play that? Do I need to play it? What would I be doing? I'd be adding 6 more strength. So we'd have 10 strength. They've got 4, 8, 11, 12, 13, 13 to 10. So the odds would be 1 to 1. I thought this was just going to be a quick, simple impulse. And it's got me thinking already. No, I don't know. I don't know if I should play this or not. If I should take my chances. What are they getting? What else are they getting? They're getting air power. That's a hit or miss, really, isn't it? Air power. Part of me feels like I should take my chances with this actually, rather than use the card. I mean, because if the unit was to take, then he'd have to take what? He's got an IP, so that's 1 hit. Retreat. That's 3 hits. And then if he happened to take 4 hits, he's a 1-step unit, okay? And he's took let's just say it happens to take D4. It is possible. I'm not saying it's not possible. Then he's sitting back here behind these guys in relative safety, okay, in a dispersed state. And I've got this card in my hand that can replace 2 points and 40 core if I don't use it for this. It feels more, like I say, he's in front of all the, okay, it does put more exposure onto Kramatorsk, admittedly. But that's not true. It's not all I'm doing, I'm reducing the odds to 1-1. It's not. I'm putting 6 steps in the hex. Which means that, that we're still going to control that hex. There's no way they're going to budge. Well, it's not true, because, I could choose to sit there and take some hits. Yeah, but you'd be maybe more willing to not do that. And I'll tell you what else. If I did retreat and they did move into there, we're then sitting with a force. We're then being able to attack from 2 hexes onto whoever moves into there. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a chance with this and keep my card. I think I could. Okay, it could backfire. The last time I chose not to play the combat tactic, artillery, I regretted it. So it's it's a gamble, innit? You don't know what's going to come. So okay, I'll put these down here. Maybe squeeze the chits in down here somewhere. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take my chances. So we want some armor chits, we want some defender adjacents, some IP crossfires. What we don't want is flank and, 3-1. If we got 1.5 to 1 where it's 1 hit each, then so be it. But right, 6 chits, and come on, here we go. Artillery, right, didn't apply. They played air power though, so that would apply. So 1 down, 5 to go. Okay, 1.5 to 1. Well, you know what? I'm not too bothered about that. We've got an IP, so at the moment all I'm doing is losing my IP. But see if they take some hits, then and if they were to sit there, if they would take 2 or 3 hits and then decide to disperse, then anyway, let's not get carried away, Grant. 2 down, 4 to go. Well, I'm glad that one didn't apply anyway. That's a D2, attack of command 5. He's only got a 3 for that first guard. So that's a nasty one. But if you've got the 5 card that you played, well, mind you, what is the combat tactic that increases it to 5? Is that intelligence as well? I think so, yeah. Right, okay, well, 3 down, 3 to go. Yeah, okay, not good. Air power. So that's us in a bit of a position. Ooh. Oh no, we're okay. Right, Grant. You maybe didn't think about your retreat options. Oh dear. Because this stack's full, and this, I'm not sure what would happen here, because I can't retreat into that hex, because I'm retreating into a... Would I get away with that? I'm not sure, because the stack's full, so that might work in my favour. Right, well let's... If I draw another D1 here, it's not going to be relevant, because I'm going to have to retreat 2 hexes, so... oh, that's only 4, we've got 2 chits to come yet. Right, come on, 2 chits to come. Oh, it was City Woods on the front. And, like, I'm not sussed them out which ones do what. I get the feeling there's a City Woods, more than one City Woods with a D minus one, that's got different things in the back yet. And obviously this is the one that we wanted anyway. So clear A1. I mean, I think I might have felt more comfortable with a D minus one, but right, one to come. Yeah, defender adjacent, that would do, because they give you a D minus one, something like that. Right, one to come. Okay, that was another uneasy flip over. It's 6 to 1 on the front, which didn't apply, so I was like, ugh. Mind you, that could have actually been less than 4 to 1 on the back, and then maybe got another A1 hit. Okay, so, well, that's 6 chits, 3 to 1 with the odds. They did have air power, partisans didn't apply. Right, so that seems okay. So the results are D2, A2. Okay, so D2, A2, well, I can get rid of that card. How about that as well? Look. Not even a shuffle in as well, because it's just the supplemental. That's excellent. Because like I say, I'd rather not have a mobile group pop off on the next activation as well, and then that might give me the time to have 2 impulses and deploy and move some units into a good defensive area. Well, it's going to be me that's doing that, so take that a pinch of salt. Right, so D2A2, right, I'm still not sure what's going to happen here with the retreat then. Well, the first hit is, I've got an IP, right? So the first hit soaks up that IP, so let's get rid of that. And, I mean, I could sit there and just take the step loss. I don't want to do that. I'd rather be back in the hexes with the possibility that these guys might advance into there, and then we get a shot from 2 hexes. I think that's more beneficial to us, really. I know that's more of a force they're going to have against Kramators, but I've got that card in my hand. You know, I mean, okay, I've got maybe other pressing things to do, admittedly, than mess about with attacking first guards units. So, right, let's see, because if I retreat, then the priorities are retreating the first hex that applies, hex not in enemy zone of control. Well, I can't retreat into a... Right, I'm not sure how to deal with this. I've not had this before. The rules must take care of it somehow. Probably the rule book would be better for this, though. So retreats. We're looking for retreats, Grant, after combat things. Prohibited retreats. I just came across that, I just opened the page and there it was. Page 37. Yes. 12.71. Prohibited retreats. A unit can't, and the third bullet is, end its retreat in violation of stacking restrictions. Okay. So, and this is after talking about 12.7 retreats. Retreat units, 1 or 2 hexes away from the hex units occupied during combat, enter hexes in the following priority order during the retreat. I think we're going to benefit from this. We're going to retreat. Well, I wouldn't have thought with taking one retreat we were going to take a step loss anyway, to be honest. But I started panicking, thinking, well, I can't retreat into there. I've got to retreat into there. But I'm not really allowed to. And if the units went there, I would take a step loss. But I mean, yeah. So the first priority is into a hex not in enemy control. If none available, into a hex in enemy control occupied by a friendly supplied non-dispersed unit. So that would be that one. I think that's allowing me to do it because I'm prohibited from retreating into there. And I can't retreat. The three retreat prohibited retreat options are: a unit can't retreat into an unoccupied enemy town or city, retreat across a blocked Dnieper River hex side, end its retreat in violation of stacking restrictions. German units can retreat into a garrison village hex, it says. So, I mean, I'm prohibited from retreating into there anyway. If I was... Yeah, okay. If I was retreating 2 hexes, Soviet unit, retreat in violation of stacking limits, only into the first hex. Now this is only for Soviets. I mean, it's not, I mean, if I had a 2 hex retreat, I'm pretty sure I would be allowed to retreat into that hex. It's not actually saying that, but yeah, it does. 12.75, 2-hex retreat. A unit retreating 2 hexes may retreat through friendly units in excess of the stacking limit. A 2-hex retreat must send 2 hexes away. Yeah, so if I had a 2-hex retreat, I would be able to go retreat, and that would be illegal. But I've only got a 1-hex retreat, so I can't go there, so I have to go there. And I don't take a step loss because I'm moving into a supplied friendly unit. Yeah, I think that's right. I don't see how else I'm allowed to do it. We're retreating, so yeah. So I'm going to do that. So he's going to back up into there, and there was 2 units in there, 4 steps. So yeah, that's fine, really. I think that's been a decent result. So that's me satisfied my hits. What about you guys? Right, so the first one's got to be taken as a hit. It'll be taken on, unit 10, I think. So they've all got 2 steps. He's the highest selector number, so he takes the first hit. However, what happens to the second hit? Well, we'll need to look at that table, won't we? I think my guess is they'll probably take it, because we've not got, there's not, the deck's full, I mean, you would think they would want to keep going. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 7 steps, isn't it? 7 steps. So, hits remaining after the first step was, attacking steps is 7, hit remaining to take is 1. Yeah, they're going to take it. There's one hit remaining with 7 steps, they're going to take it. So I'm happy with that. It's going to be unit 6, isn't it? Yeah. So it's not the 2 big guys. Yeah, well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Right, now, advance after combat then. Looking at unit 2. That was the attacked hex. Right, there's nothing. No arrows or nothing going in there, and I don't think it's doing a whole lot of nothing, I think. don't think they're going to go. No VP. Well, it is the attacked hex, though, isn't it? Primary direction, no. Hex enabling supply, no. Across the river and closer to objective. Well, it is crossing the minor river, but it's not getting closer to the objective. They're already adjacent to it. Closes surround. That's us on to the next stage now. No. Closer to objective, no. Attacked hex. So, Unit 2 will advance on a 1 to 7. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping he doesn't. We want to attack one of the smaller guys. They're going to be attacked hex options as well. Oh no, they're moving closer to their objective actually. Okay. It's not crossing the river though, Grant. So it's still going to be the same one. Right, a 1 to 7 Unit 2 will advance. Oh, it's an 8. Although we've got Unit 3 to worry about as well, haven't we? So Unit 2 is not advancing. Unit 3 is going to roll on the 1 to 7 as well. Come on, another 8. Yeah, 5. Right, so Unit 3 does advance. And sorry, we've satisfied the hit, yeah. Right, so what we got, 17 and 18, a unit already advanced, and it is going to be the attacked hex. Yeah, because across the river and closer to objective, they're not crossing the river and closer to objective, no. No. Yeah, so it's going to be a 1 to 3, because it's attacked hex, because there's a unit already advanced. So, Unit 17 on a 1 to 3. No. And then Unit 18 on a 1 to 3. Oh, he does go in. I was kind of hoping for not that, really. Because that's now 5 strength we've got, and we would have had 4. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose it wasn't. It's not ended up amazing, is it? So what have we got? We've got 9 strength in there, and we've got, I want to say it's 10 in there though, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's 10 and 19 to 5. Why did that wee 1 strength guy come in there? 19 to 5. So only 3 to 1. But we'd get 6 chip pools from that, by the way. And if we could find a combat tactic that just made it, well, combat engineers would increase it. There are not some other ones that do it as well. Yeah, well, okay. Well, that was interesting. Yeah. Now the final thing to do is, yeah, he's not going to bounce back to reserve, so is he? He needs to be stacked with somebody, or he's in the village thing. What was the other ones again? In or adjacent to village targeted only by non-active front. Yeah, that's not the case, and he's not in a VP hex, no. So, and he's not got things adjacent or stacked with, so he's not going to bounce back, and that's going to be the impulse over. That was pretty good. It turned into a bit more than I thought was going to happen, to be honest, but I tell you what, that was good. That was really good. We liked that. I mean, I think that's pretty important. I mean, if there wasn't an attack here, it's unlikely I'm going to be doing any attacking. So if there wasn't an attack, that would have been the next card they would have drawn. Now, I'm not saying they might still draw something like that, but it gives you a slightly better chance. I suppose the odds have got slightly better for us. Okay, well that's kicked things off. I think that's going to be me for the night though. I did just want to just get it started so that, because I got up today, and I mean, to be honest, I had other things I needed to do anyway, but I got up today thinking, oh, I've got to come and put these garrisons down, and I just wanted to draw some cards and see what was going to happen, if the pop-up were going to activate, and can we start building some defence around Kharkov, because Yeah, I'm seriously asking for that card, surely. It's seriously asking for me to play this and deploy third corps. I mean, because that's within 3. And assuming garrisons don't tell me. It's only the strategic, isn't it? Wow, you need to be 5 away for garrisons as well then, do you? Ooh, that's gonna hurt. I'm looking at the wrong bat. Let's see deployment. Strategic reserve deployment. Right. It's not got on the player aid, but I'm sure garrisons were mentioned in the rulebook. 7.1. 7.1. Where are we? Tactical. Yeah, strategic. See, there's a slight omission from the. Again, okay, they have to compress it a little bit. I understand. But the rules German strategic reserve deployment says 5 hexes away from non-isolated enemy unit, town or city. Whereas in the rulebook it is at least 5 hexes away from all non-isolated enemy units, garrisons and enemy towns and cities. So there you go, you can get caught out with that. That's I mean, yes, I get the player aids are good once you get into the swing of it and that. But things like that frighten you a little bit because then you think, oh, well, I don't want to. Especially like me, the main purpose of these playthroughs are to get. Well, the main purpose is for me to have fun and play a game. You know, that is the main purpose. But what I want to do is get the rules right. That's it. You know. So so you need, but tactical doesn't include the garrisons, but. You just need to be 3 away from an enemy unit or enemy town or city. So, as you can see there, and I need to be within 3 of a unit in the same corps. It's perfect. 1, 2, 3. I'm within 3 of that, and don't tell me it's within 2. It's not. It can't be. Yeah, place the unit within 3 hexes of a unit in the same corps. It's perfect. It's just sitting there telling you, you've got to do that. It's a no-brainer. I have to play this. Well, I could play this card and deploy them and do that. But that's, okay, what? I could use it to deploy the 47 corps as well. But I think it's better to use that for the 2nd SS units. And get them around this area, And then, we've not got a 2nd SS card in our hand, but we draw one next turn, and let's just say we get away with the pop-off activation again, then we can start putting them into places that we want them, It looks like a good start. I mean, I don't know. I shouldn't maybe get too carried away. Because I was looking at me talking about, right, well, we're on 7 victory points. As long as they don't get 12, as long as they only get 11, and then I'm counting, what is it I'm saying, right, they're going to get 2 for Belgorod, they're going to get 1 for Zimiev, and I'm thinking, right, and I'm sort of saying this isn't too bad, but I'm looking and I'm thinking, right, that's them up to 10 grand, and they're going to do that just as easily, and that one's just a walk into the town, and, well, this guy's, yeah, he's got no chance next time. He's out of supply now, so if he survives again, then it's a miracle. But so 3 takes it to 10, and I'm thinking, well, they only need 2 more. And of course, this is one that I knew they were proximate to. However, it looks like we can deal with that one. But once they do, if they only need 2 more, there's Gotnya's just a stroll away, really. Gotnya, and I was thinking was Ovia, but looks like we might have that one covered. But then you've got Krasnograd here, which is quite close as well. So, so if they get that and Gotnya, that's them got 12. So I think we need the luck. We need a bit of luck as well. So anyway, I would never have thought this episode could reach 1 hour and 10 minutes, but it has, so yeah, right, Gran, you act like you're surprised. Nobody else is surprised. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow, that's me for tonight. I'll be back with part, what was it, 42? Yeah, I should be back tomorrow with a little bit sometime. Okay, cheers guys.